Wake up. AI is here. And if you're not paying attention, you are going to be left behind. But not in the way you think. Everyone's looking at Silicon Valley. Everyone's looking at the next billion-dollar tech acquisition. But I'm telling you, right now, the biggest wealth transfer in human history is not happening in tech. Yes, tech bros are getting rich, yours truly, but where the real wealth transfer is happening is on Main Street. And if you're still doubting this, AI will never be worse than it is right now. Think of the adoption curve of the cell phone. Look at the adoption curve of AI and imagine trying to run a business today without a cell phone or a smartphone. You can't. And that's exactly what the AI adoption curve is going to look like. Imagine a world 10 years from now where literally if you do not use AI, and learning how to use it should be your #1 priority. And that's why in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to deploy AI today. And I'm not going to talk about fucking buzzwords because I don't want to be the AI guru out there. I want to talk about how you deploy AI today to make significant changes in your business, or how to start one that will dominate your market. There has never been a better time to start an AI-first business to disrupt an existing market, because all the people in that market are too busy running their businesses the old way to learn the new way. I see this time and time again, over and over again. Currently, I'm running a tech-enabled restoration business, as well as an AI company for restoration everywhere. And while the entire industry is sitting and complaining on social media, shuffling their pen and paper, barely squeezing out 8% margins, I'm seeing the silent breed of people, of restorers. It's like the top 1%, and they're building tech-enabled businesses that are printing cash. And they're doing awesome things. They're digitizing their in-home sales process. They're running AI bots to please their customers. They're taking payments from these outdated checks and digitizing them to ACH and check scanning. It's literally old school versus new school. And it's mind-blowing how the financial profile of these businesses is changing. But here's what most people get wrong. They think AI is just about firing people and replacing roles. And that's the old paradigm. The new paradigm is about workflows. And the way I think of it is, how can we make incredible or awesome people get extraordinary results by unleashing them? And you have to stop thinking in role-based thinking, and you start having to think of workflow-based thinking. Let me break this down tactically. For every hire that you're considering to add on to, write down 5 to 10 things that person actually does. And then ask yourself, could each of those activities live inside a workflow instead of headcount? The old way is saying, I need to hire an office administrator. The new way is saying, what are 5 things an office administrator does? And how can I turn those into a workflow? And how can I build AI tools to supercharge my already existing office administrator to have him or her do way more output and be a lot happier with a lot more time on their hands? At all my companies, I am now 1000% allergic to the concepts of hiring managers to manage managers that manage managers. Fuck that. What I'm seeing now, and I'm building massive companies, is that the flatter the organizational structure is, the better it is, because you can move quicker. And what I want is a flat organization structure with superstar individual contributors that are just supercharged by AI. And that's how we move quick. We take care of the customer and we eliminate the corporate bullshit. And the cool part is when the team builds AI tools that help supercharge their own output. And this is what I call building digital gremlins. And a digital gremlin is a small, specific AI agent that is designed to do one task perfectly. But before I tell you more about how to build a digital gremlin, you can't expect it to work if your foundation's broken. And I have this 4-step process that I go through in each one of my companies. That's a 4-stage flywheel that takes you from no AI adoption to full AI adoption. And that's what I want to dive into this video. Stage 1 is the source of truth. You cannot use AI if your data is garbage. You need a vertically integrated software that acts as the central nervous system for your business. If you're running a plumbing company on paper invoices and 3 different spreadsheets, AI can't really help you. They can't read the paper invoices. You have to digitize the foundation first. And then if you're running that company on legacy software that doesn't have open APIs, you're also toast. AI can't really talk with legacy software, right? That clunky stuff that lives on a server somewhere. So the first step that you really have to do is you have to go find a best-in-class software solution that has an open API. And I think that the best solutions are those that are vertical, meaning they were built by somebody within your market that went pro. So if you're in plumbing, that might be ServiceTitan. If you're in restoration, that's clearly Albi. Vertical software providers that are new but well-funded and have what I call market founder fit and also a strong technical co-founder background, those will always win. Stage 2 is instrumentation. You need a CEO dashboard, and you need to be able to view how the top things in your business are working. And you need to know 5 to 10 numbers that actually matter in your business in real time. As Peter Drucker said, you can't optimize what you can't measure. High level, I'd look at like revenue per employee, the different levels of profit, like gross profit, contribution profit, net profit, and customer acquisition efficiency metrics like CAC percentage, customer acquisition cost percentage, for example. Now, once you have those two, stage 3 is deployment. And this is where you build your first digital gremlin. And don't try to automate your entire business. That's like the biggest mistake people do, is they want to do it all at once. The goal is for you to take it step by step. And when you deploy technology, it's like an iterative process. So you want to first like find the biggest bottleneck, the bleeding neck, and then you build a gremlin for that. So maybe it's a collections agent that calls on your unpaid invoices. The steps there is you want to build a proof of concept, then test it, then refine it, then deploy it. You can literally go to Claude Code right now and have it build you a world-class gremlin with 1 or 2 working days without any knowledge of code. The key is to be specific, patient, and iterate. I just built a follow-up bot that follows up with insurance companies in the restoration space using Claude Code and Anthropic's API. And then what we get to is stage number 4, which is intelligence. This is when you connect all of your gremlins into a central nervous system. And this is where your business becomes a machine that runs by itself. You tie all the bots that you built together with one main bot that's like the orchestrator that then delegates to all the other bots. If you're an entrepreneur and you're thinking, I tried AI once and it sucked, I need to break this belief right now. You're not training AI the way you would train a new employee. And in fact, you're not giving technology as much of a fair shot as you would a regular employee. If you hired a brand new employee, gave them a task, and they messed up for the first time, would you immediately fire them? The answer is no. The answer is you would go back and you would train them. You would give them feedback and try to get them to become better. Humans learn through reinforcement. You do a thing, you get an outcome. If it's good, you do more of it. If it's bad, you do less of it. Guess what is even better at recognizing patterns than humans? Computers. Fundamentally, you have to train the computer like you would train a human. It's actually less, way less, and the computer is not going to have all the emotions and all the, psyche bullshit that humans do. But you have to define what good looks like. If you just say, hey, write an email, you're going to get generic AI slop. But if you say, hey, here's 12 examples, or here's 12 rules that you can never break, and here's 16 examples of my past emails, you're going to get an output that is 5 times better. When I was building my AI collections bot, I actually dumped all of my projects from Albi, my job management software, and I had Claude actually look for trends on what makes a file look good as my starting point. And I was blown away. I learned new patterns that I never realized before. And then I cross-checked them with some employees, and they were like, yep, that's true. Like the fact that the type of insurance company mattered a lot in how likely we were to get paid. And if you repeat that feedback loop 100 times, you will have a perfectly trained agent. With a human, those 100 cycle times might take 1.5 years. With AI, it could take 100 minutes. Now, if you're not doing this, you're competing with a massive disadvantage. It's like you're trying to run a business today without the internet. Can you do it? Sure. Will you make as much money as you could? Absolutely not. Throughout all of human history, humans with superior technology beat humans with inferior technology. It worked from the Stone Age to the Bronze Age, and it's working now. So what's the play? I believe in a barbell strategy. On one extreme, the high risk, high reward play is to become an AI architect. So if you're in the trades right now and you're passionate about this, you could build the tools and apply them to your business, and then you start an AI agency, and then you sell those workflows to other businesses. On the other extreme, the low risk play is to actually buy and start boring businesses. Buy or start a plumbing company, an HVAC shop, or a restoration business. Because these businesses, like you could buy them for like 2 to 3 times earnings, or you could start them up with very limited capital, and they're messy and human heavy. And then if you start that business and implement the 4-stage flywheel, digitizing the foundation, building the dashboard, deploying the gremlins, you turn a messy service business into a highly profitable tech-enabled machine. And then suddenly, that business isn't worth 3 to 4 times earnings anymore. It's worth 10 times. I would argue even 20 times to these private equity firms. And that's valuation arbitrage. That's where the real wealth is going to be made in the next decade. And that's what I believe in. Like, I'm going all in on this. Tech-enabled restoration is part of my thesis. You can go to ai-rollup.fyi. There's a ton of people doing this same exact playbook in these boring businesses. You'll find my company, Longview Restoration, on that list. And I'm telling you, it's the future. So what should you do right now? You should write down a list of what you do every single day at the most granular level. Don't just write. I run marketing, right? I create ad campaigns. I set budgets. I write copy. I test landing pages. And then take the first task on that list and go put it into Claude or Manus and say, help me automate this. What steps should I take? And when you ask questions, that's the most powerful way to use AI because you're co-creating with it. And it will give you a list and then take the first step, do it. If you get stuck, just take a screenshot, upload it, and say, help, I need somebody. I'm stuck. What do I do now? And it will literally do it for you. You have an infinite intelligence tutor at your fingertips. Use it. Now look, the water is boiling. The phase shift is happening. You have two options. You can either navigate this new environment and build the business of your dreams with it and create massive wealth, or you can evaporate with the old one. The choice is literally yours. In the comments below, let me know what you're committed to do and hit subscribe to this channel as I'm literally exposing everything that I'm doing at all of my companies on this channel right here, right now. I'll see you guys next week.